Hi folks, this is Anup and you are watching Learn for Taraqi. So today we are going to see how we can undo file modification in the working directory, or we can also go and undo the entire working directory to the last commit snapshot. So let's begin. So for this tutorial again I am using the simple calculator app project, and on the left hand side we have git bash, little configured from the look point of view. Last time it was little messy, so we have improved over here. So on the right side we have Netbeans, and in the Netbeans we have a project open. So in this project we have 3 files, and out of this 3 file I am going to edit one of this file, and we will show you how we can revert the modification within this file. Suppose I want to check add functionality, and let me write one add call in this function. Okay, let me run this file. So we have added one add function in the sysout println function. So if the developer is checking the functionality of a function and is satisfied, now he wants to go back to the initial state where he was initially. So how he can go? Either he will press Ctrl Z to undo file modification. So here I have modified only one file, so I just have to press 2 or 3 times Ctrl Z to go back to the initial state. So that can be done. But if there are a lot of places where he modified things, like suppose he modified a add functionality in some more bit complex way, or in mul functionality, that is multiply functionality, so a lot of things have been modified, so you have to press Ctrl Z again and again to go back to the initial commit snapshot, that the snapshot you are working on. For that, what you can do, you can make use of Netbeans. You can click on the file. Here we are watching the file specific undo, so you can right click on the file, go to git, and since this yes, go to git and go to revert modification. What it shows, we have to focus on the first option, revert uncommitted changes both in working tree and index. So don't have to worry about it, both in working tree. Working tree is the code which you are editing right now, and the index is the staging area which is within the .git folder. That staging area, okay, is represented by index. Now here it is shown as remove also new files. In these 3 files, all 3 files are in the repository, so there are no new files. So I will show you later on. So this will have no effect since there are no new files. If there would have been new file, that new file would get deleted by this action. So just click on revert. So here you see that from where we begin, it let us take to that last commit snapshot. So in this way we have seen it through Netbeans. So let me show you how it can be done through git command line, because the Netbeans internally make use of the git command line commands. Suppose in a messy way, I just suppose in a messy way I added this file. I like it like this. Suppose this is just for illustration purpose. Okay, these blue lines are showing that the file gets modified over this section. So I have modified again the same file again to show you how the undo operation can be done through the git command line. So I'm on the git command line. So let me first issue git status command. So as you see on the left hand side, that is in the red color, this file is shown as modified. Now I just want to revert it to the last commit state through the command. So as you see above this red line, there is written git checkout dash dash file to discard changes in working directory. So that same command you can fire on this file to discard changes, means whatever changes we have done will get reverted to the last commit state, means the state when the file is matched to the last commit state. So what we do, git checkout dash dash file name. So just simply copy this, simply copy this and press enter. So you will see that on the right hand side the file is back to the initial state. So if I press git status again, you will see that there are no such files which are modified. So in this way we have seen that how we can accomplish the undo a file using the Netbeans as well as using the git command line. So on the left hand side, let me clear the shell. Now second objective is to show how we can undo multiple files. Suppose I am just writing a statement now. Here I have modified two files. Then the last example I have shown how to undo one file. Now I will show you how to undo multiple files. You can either click on the folder containing the files, right click on it, go to git, revert modification and click on this revert button. This will undo all the files within the folder. So if you want to do it the same thing through the git command line, you can on the left hand side issue the following command. So let me first type in git status command. So in the git status, both the files are shown on the left hand side. So to undo the modifications to both the files, you don't have to worry, you just have to type in the following command. You have to look at the source folder from under which these files are present. What it does, it will go to that folder recursively and put all the files to the initial state. So be careful while issuing this command, otherwise the files which are not intended to be modified to the last state will get modified. So be careful. Now I have issued the src directory with the checkout command, and it will undo or revert modifications of all the files within the src directory. So let me issue git status command. You will see that all the files will go back to the initial state, that is the last commit state. So if I see both these files in the Netbeans, you will see that whatever comments I put on the top of these functions has been removed. So here on the simple calculator app.java, all the comments have been removed and the file is taken back to the initial state. Now suppose the last scenario is that we have some modification, some massive modification. I'm just showing it little fast. Some massive modification is done over several files, and suppose in some other directory also some modification is done for some experiment you are doing, some task you are performing, and suppose you have added one folder on top of it, its name is check finish. So that folder is not within this because it is not in the src directory. So let me open the files menu. So this is check. Suppose in this also you just add one file, just creating a messy things. So you see that I have added one file, a new file, new folder, some changes just to show the illustration. Means this can be your original work, this can be your actual work that you want to do for experimentation, for any task, for any algorithm you are performing. So whatever changes, it will be shown on the left panel in the Netbeans. Whatever modification, it is shown as blue, and new files will be shown as in green. Now this is a messy state in the working directory. So this state I am talking about is, this state is known as dirty working directory. Now you want all these changes back, means you don't want these changes and you want to go back to the last commit state, means the state when the first time when this branch gets checked out. So you want to go to that state. So for that you need to fire two commands to go back to that state. So let me clear the command line on the left hand side. So most of the developers are little aware of the single command git reset hard to go back to the last commit state, but they forget to press, or they forget to fire git clean command to delete unwanted files, to delete untracked files, because both of these operations should be done to go back to the initial state. So let me issue both the commands one by one. So what commands I am talking about, let me show you. So this is git reset -- hard head is the first command, and second command is git clean -fd. -f is required because Git has made a provision that we need to put a force operation to delete untracked file, because untracked file might be useful for you. So this command is little dangerous, so please be careful while issuing this command. And D for deleting the untracked folder as well. So let me issue this command on the left hand side. First of all, we press git status command. It will show all the messy changes. So first of all, I issue git reset command. So you see that I have issued the reset hard command. Let me clear git status. You will see that I have issued the git reset hard command. It has reverted back to all the files back to the previous state, that is the last commit state. But one file and folder that I have added in untracked as an untracked file does not remove. So to completely remove this file, means to completely go back to the last commit state, we need to issue the git clean command. Now as you see that it has removed all the untracked file which are not in the git ignore file. So be careful before deleting this, before issuing this command. As you see that we are back to the previous state, the last commit state. In the command in the Netbeans, you see that all the changes have gone. Here all the changes are what we have started with this tutorial. So that's all folks. We have seen that both the objective, specific file reversion, and the entire working directory state is reverted back to the last commit state. So thanks for watching Learn for Taraqi, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will keep on adding such tutorial which help you in undoing things and do Git stuff. Thanks.